Welcome to lesson 8, which is do the necessary therapy. This is the point where if the person has come to you to stop smoking, you will give them suggestions, for example, that they no longer need, want, crave or desire for cigarettes or tobacco in any way, shape or form. If they've come to you because they want to avoid sugary and fatty foods and lose weight, you give them suggestions that they no longer need, want, crave or desire for sugary or fatty foods. And that every day in every way, they find it as an automatic reflex action. They have an inner glowing desire to go and do more exercise. Because with weight management issues, the truth is the only real way to lose weight is to burn off more calories than you're putting in. So that's to eat less calories and do more exercise. With smoking cessation, the only way to stop smoking is stop buying cigarettes, stop getting them off other people, and stop putting them in your mouth. That's why I said in earlier lessons that really the clients could do this for themselves, but perhaps willpower is stopping them or they don't feel confident or strong enough. But in truth, the deeper level is those emotional needs that we covered earlier and needing us as a therapist to be the important authority figure to give them permission to change, a safe environment to change in, a ritualistic process they can buy into that removes all self-blame, shame, guilt and regret from themselves. So if they're currently doing something they don't want to do, we're going to give them suggestions that they no longer will have any desire to do it in the future, and in actual fact all their motivation will be to continue as the total opposite of what was bothering them. And if they're currently not doing something they want to do, we're going to give them suggestions that they will start doing it pleasurably, enjoyably and automatically, and stop procrastinating or stop putting it off or stop being scared of doing it. Because after all, fear just stands for false evidence against reality or false evidence appearing real. There's only one real fear, and that's the fear of being scared. We are ultimately, if this is it in a nutshell, it's all about pain and pleasure. If at the moment they're doing something that they are saying they now want help to no longer do, it means at the moment their unconscious mind is running a program where they're deriving more pleasure from continuing doing it than stopping. And our job is to make it so that they get more pleasure from stopping that which they were doing than carrying on. So we can do that by making it incredibly painful in their unconscious mind connection to carry on doing it, incredibly pleasurable to stop and continue not doing it. Okay? So if currently they're a smoker, at an unconscious level, they're probably deriving benefit that's pleasurable, and the idea of stopping is painful. We need to make it pleasurable to stop smoking and continue avoiding cigarettes, and painful the thought of ever smoking another one. In the same way, the opposite of that would be somebody who's currently not doing something they want to do, such as someone who's perhaps got a fear of public speaking. They're currently avoiding speaking in public, even though they know that that would give them a job promotion, for example, and more money and a better lifestyle. So at the moment, the idea of speaking in public is painful, and it's pleasurable to do what they can to avoid that. We need to make it painful to continue avoiding it and pleasurable to do it. And that's the kind of suggestions we are going to use during the session. Within this package, there are scripts for things such as smoking cessation, weight management. We don't say weight loss because loss is a negative and implies it's going to be painful to them, but weight management is a suggestion that they will start to take control, and that's what therapy is about, helping the client take control for themselves and fill that missing need within them. The scripts included for smoking cessation, weight management, confidence building, things like driving test nerves, things like eczema and skin conditions, anxiety issues and whatnot. And from those you'll get an idea. Basically, if we come up with suggestions and visualizations for them to visualize, whereby if they carry on doing what they're currently doing, that they say they no longer want to do, it would be painful and get more and more painful, but avoiding doing that will be incredibly pleasurable. And if they're currently not doing something they want to do, we've got to make it painful not to do it and highly pleasurable to do it. It's just kind of just reversing the wires on the plug. It is as simple as that. And we do that with suggestions so that we're saying things to them, they visualize them and go through an important seeming ritualistic process. And by this point, they've got used to the idea that we suggest things, they visualize them, and they become reality. Because their eyelids wouldn't open when they tried. Because their eyes, following their thumb, did go further. So this is the power of 3. They now will unquestionably accept that when they take what we say, visualize it, it will become and remain their new reality, and that therefore means they are hypnotized and we're reprogramming their personal neck-top computer. The more abstract, bizarre and ridiculous the mental images we give them, as you'll see more of when we come to my complete mind therapy session later in these lessons, the easier it is for them to visualize. And we always use phrases as well, such as it's almost as if, before we give them something to visualize, because if they're one of those people who don't see things in glorious technicolor, then that's fine. However they experience it, it can be perceived as almost as if. And we always quite often also say in a way that feels calm, safe and secure for you, so that there's no chance of bad reactions or causing negative associations, because they can perceive it however they want. So it is calm, safe and secure and right for them. As well as this, I'll also throw in occasionally, just so long as you imagine that clearly in your mind's eye and use your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration effectively, as I'm sure you will, this will continue to be 1,000,000% successful for you. By saying continues to be, it implies it's already happened. And using that phrase, use your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration, is actually a nice way of saying, this doesn't work, it's all your fault, you're stupid, thick and daft. People don't want to feel stupid, thick and daft, so they'll do everything they can to ensure that they continue being the new person they desired to become and that you're helping them to be during the session. Look at the PDFs that come with this. Look at the script examples in my manual that you were able to download with the introduction and the other resources in this package, and you'll know what to do in the necessary therapy session section of your treatment consultation with your client. See you in the next lesson.